Yeah, we're going to play football. We're not going to have the entire team up and going. There's some guys that it's going to be released today that are probably going to be held out for a variety of reasons, mostly just little injuries. But we want a chance to have an opportunity to compete. So we're going to divide up the team and put a bunch of guys that are only going to play part of the game on one side with their backups and the rest of the team on the other side and let it go. So looking forward to seeing guys compete in a game situation.
You thought about your objective going into the spring. How do you feel about how you reached for that?
We really accomplished a lot of things this spring. I was pleased today, with a team that doesn't have a culture built the right way, your last couple practices aren't very good. I thought we had a great practice out there today. Guys didn't just see this as the last practice, they saw it as another opportunity to get better. I think we've improved in a lot of areas, a lot of fundamentals. Guys' understanding of what we're trying to get done in the scheme is a lot better. So we're a mile ahead of where we were last year, still have a long way to go, but I think we had a really good spring overall.
Did you maybe see any nerves at all last year heading up to spring game Saturday that you don't see this year or something like that?
Nerves? I mean, there's a couple guys that maybe when the stadium got full messed up a couple times when they wouldn't have before. I don't remember too many specifically, but that's part of what we want to see on Saturday, especially with some of the young guys, is if they can show us the same things they've been showing in practice when the lights are on.
Are you taking a different role this year or sitting back and watching again?
No, I enjoy the spring game because I don't do any coaching. I'm going to stay neutral and root for both teams and let the rest of the coaching staff handle it.
Coach, what kind of recruiting opportunity is this for you guys to be able to simulate a sellout crowd and have a full crowd in there on Saturday?
Yeah, our fans are the best in the country, and I don't know if it's close. Sure, other people feel that way too, but when you're talking about a fan base that sells out the stadium here in 24 and 48 hours for a spring game, that's hard to match. I know there's other teams around the country with a few hundred people at their spring games, and we're going to have a full house. So it's a great opportunity for us to showcase the type of support we have here and get our recruits a chance to see the stadium and how it looks on a Saturday in the fall. So that's hard to replicate. Not very many places are like that, and we're happy that we have the type of support we do.
Scott, what were your longest lasting memories of last year in this event and running through the tunnel again for the first time as a coach? And how do you expect this year to be any different, if at all?
Yeah, I guess it's going to be I'm going to be a little more used to it now. It was emotional for me coming back out of the tunnel last year. It was also emotional for me for running out for the game that never was at the beginning of the season. But we've kind of been there, done that now, and it's always a special deal to come out of the tunnel at Memorial Stadium. But I think it'll feel a little more like home this year.
How many of those top offensive players do you hold out for various reasons?
For quite a few. There's a few that had surgery that are limited, have been limited all spring. We got a couple little minor injuries. Certain other guys that we're going to play for about a half. And as a head coach, I want to see a great spring game and see guys perform, but we also got to get out of it healthy. That's probably your biggest goal as a coach once you get to a spring game. So there'll be some that won't play at all and some that play about half the game.
Will Maurice Washington play?
No, Maurice isn't going to participate in the spring game.
Do you have a sense of what is transpiring today for him out in California?
Yeah, I've been coaching the team, so this isn't news to us. We knew this whole process has to play out, and like I said before, we're going to wait until everything happens to make any other lasting decisions from our end.
How has he handled the last 2 months, and from your perspective as a coach?
He's been doing well. I'm pleased to report our team in the spring had the highest GPA since we've been keeping track of it as a football team. We had over a 3-point GPA as a team. He was part of that, and he's been doing well in school. But there's a lot of guys that deserve credit for that. Overall, I think Maurice has done a good job trying to stick to the norm. And in what practice he has done, he's looked good. So we're just going to sit back and let the process play out and see where it lands. Yeah, Nick got banged up a little bit. I think he's going to require a surgery. Should be back about the time the season starts, so it depends on his recovery when we'll be able to get him up and going again.
How do you feel about middle backer right now?
There's still a couple spots where we don't have enough depth. Like the guys that are playing, everybody on our team's improved. Every position group's improved. There's still some spots where we wish we had more horses. That's got to continue to be developed through recruiting and development of the roster. But the guys that are playing there are doing a really good job. Just wish we had more of them.
Has there been a position group that's kind of surprised you or made bigger jumps than you thought?
Every group's improved. I got to give a lot of credit to Tony Tuioti coming in, picking up where Coach Dawson left off. I think our D-line has taken a giant step forward this spring. We had a lot of guys back, so you expected that, but Tony's done a good job with them, and they're playing even better than they did a year ago. So every group's gotten better, but I would point that group out specifically.
It's 7 fifth-year seniors, I think, on that defense, a bunch of fourth-year guys, too. How would you rate their maturity and their sense of urgency in this spring and just overall?
Yeah, you can just tell we have good leadership on defense by the way our defense has been playing this spring. We've been flying around, running to the ball faster, been more aggressive. The communication's been good. That's a sign of a lot of things, but one thing it's a sign of is that you have good leaders. And we do have a bunch of those guys on defense, need to keep developing them on offense, but the defense has been on point for the most part this spring.
Your true freshmen, obviously you said no Henrich, but the others, the guys who will be able to go on Saturday, what kind of experience is this for them? What do you hope to see from those guys who are just brand new to college?
The freshman group, the early enrollees, have really impressed me. They've come in with a maturity and a love for the game that is refreshing to see. If the guys on campus are any indication of the recruiting class we got, we're going to be in good hands for a long time. Some of the guys just aren't going to be able to play Saturday. Henrich is out, Hickman's out, Wandale's dealing with a little hamstring, so I don't think he's going to play. So there's a few of them that won't be involved in mixing it up, but they've all showed us that the type of players that they have potential to be.
Hey Scott, when the new guys that aren't here yet, that are arriving in a month or two, how tough is it when you don't have the full picture leaving spring at certain positions?
Honestly not.
Well, just to use running back as an example, we're thin at running back right now. I think there's only 2 scholarship players on the team right now, plus Wyatt Mazur, who we put on scholarship. Hopefully there's 3 guys coming this summer that are going to help bolster the depth there. So there's several positions like that where the picture we have coming out of spring is going to change based on who's showing up on campus, and we'll see how quick those kids can learn it.
There's a lot of schools around the country that have gone either away from spring game totally or to just sort of a practice format. What do you like about playing football instead of a scrimmage type?
Well, like I said, I think people are going away from spring game format in large part because the coach's biggest priority coming out of that game is keeping everybody healthy. You don't want to see anybody go down in a spring game when it's live, friendly fire, and you're going live against yourself. That being said, nobody else sells out their stadium, or very few sell out their stadium, so we can't go out and not play a game. 87,000 Nebraskans are going to show up to watch us play, and we owe it to them to play a football game. So I don't think we'll ever go down that road because of the support we get and the unbelievable amount of fans that show up at our spring game.
You can sell out of practice, couldn't you?
Yeah, if we opened up practice, we might sell that out too. It's unbelievable the support that the people here give us.
Coach, you have a lot of tie-ins with people in Nebraska. How much of your thoughts been about the flooding that's been going on, plus the storm that's coming in, I guess?
Yeah, hopefully this storm doesn't amount to much. I know western Nebraska is kind of in the crosshairs right now. Nebraska people are resilient, they persevere, they're kind, they help each other. If there's any state that can handle all this, it's Nebraska. But I know a lot of people have been affected by it and hurt by it, and our thoughts are with them. I know people are going to come through it.
Thanks, Scott.
Coach Schneider here in a second.
Brewers?